Welcome to Somewhat Spooky Book Month, the month where I read somewhat spooky books because I'm a big old baby and do not want to read actually spooky books. So, I have read The Babysitters Coven by Kate Williams. This is just like a fun little campy young adult novel. It is the first in a series of 3. And it's kind of like the Babysitters Club meets Buffy. I actually was going to describe that way. Yeah, it's, a girl discovers that she's got some powers, and then she finds another girl who also has powers, and they're just like, whoa, what? And they figure out what's going on, and then go on to, save their town. As you do. But yeah, it is very campy, it is very fun, it is sassy, like... These are not cool girls. They do not have a bunch of friends, but they are cool girls, okay? So, I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, it is very, I was getting Babysitters Club vibes from it, and so I was like, this is good, but then it was like, modern, not the 80s. It was very modern and very sassy and fun, and I was just like, I like this a lot. I'm considering picking up the next 2 in the series. There is only 3. It is a trio that is a completed, from what I understand, a completed series. So, they're both at my library. Maybe I do that, because I don't have room for more books. But yeah, I had fun reading it, and it's YA, it's not a difficult read, and a lot of times where you'd have this sort of sci-fi, fantasy, whatever kind of thing going on, I often find it's very bogged down with backstory and new names for things and just going crazy. I did not feel that in this. It was very well laid out. It was this is how this system kind of works, at least what you need to know about it. And it's not overly complicated. It's we can open portals, there's demons, right? So I enjoyed that of it, that it wasn't crazy over the top. There is, of course, being young adult, a boy. And, fuck that boy. No, it's just very building. This novel is clearly to build to something else, I feel like. So, based on the one little thing I read about the next 2, I read the synopsis, and it's yes, they go in a line, they continue, but it also feels like it's not the same story, so it almost feels like it's the Babysitters Club in that aspect of we're setting everything up in this first one, but nothing behind it is kind of in order, must be done this way, it's a little, each one is separate. And that's the vibe I got from just what I was reading, but I could be wrong, but it's ultimately a very low stakes book. They have a little, demon invasion on Halloween. Yeah, campy, fun. How many more times am I going to say that? That's what it kind of broke down to for me. It was this is a fun book to read. Because sometimes YA for me lately have not been fun to read, and I'm reading them and I'm oh, I'm old. This didn't feel quite so, Charlie, you're old to me. So I enjoyed it. I had fun. It had 6,500, I think it was 6,500 ratings on it on Goodreads, and it worked out to a 3.4 stars. So I guess some people didn't like it so much. Whatever. Not every book is going to be for every person. But looking at the second and third, they did have higher ratings with less rating people because they are, 1, newer, and 2, in a series. So if you liked the first one, you're more likely to read the second and the third, right? So, yeah. Would I recommend? Yes. There was nothing spooky about this book. It seems to be a trend for this month for me. Somewhat spooky books are not being spooky whatsoever. But, yeah. I get the autumnal, the Halloweenness of it. So that was fun to read it at this time of year because it is October, right? So yeah, I would recommend if you're just I want something light and fun, but demon sci-fi witch stuff, So yeah, would recommend at this point. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thanks for hanging out. See you around next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe.